Page 22, Arkansas Traveler. This is in 4/4 time. It's got 1 sharp in the key signature, so we're in the key of G major. Make sure you can do the G major scale. Both hands 1 octave up and down, please. Use my G scale video and it'll help you on that. Let's check our notes and rhythms and fingerings and all that, because we are moving around a bit. This is a bit tricky piece. Right hand first, we're coming in on beat 4 as a pickup beat. So if you look at the first 2 notes, you have here and here. So you're really in this position, sort of. But if you look at after the 8th notes, the first quarter note you get, 2nd finger is actually here. Oh, there's nothing weird about that. Just be flexible. Be ready to move around. So it's 4 and 1 and 2. And just bring the 2nd finger down. Each time you do this, bring the 2nd finger down. 2nd finger again. On the top of page 23, it's a 3/1. We're getting into position because the next note is an octave higher here. So we want thumb on that G, so that's all we're doing. Up here, once you're here, you can collapse. 1 and 2 and. And here's the G major scale going down. So if you can do the G major scale, that's easy. If you can't, you'll struggle with that. It won't be even, it won't be controlled, it won't be there. Now you notice the last measure, the first line only has 3 counts in it. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and it's a pickup beat for the next measure. We have multiple sections in this piece. So the first section ended at the first line on page 23. That was 1 section. And now the second section, it has its own pickup beat, and the last measure there at the bottom of the page only has 3 beats in it too. So it all works out. So it's here. And all these 8th notes. This is really good. I like this. I do a weight. I play by weight. I let the weight of the hand and arm push the note down, and I'm just transferring weight. It's like I'm walking on the keyboard. It's like you're walking, you transfer weight from foot to foot. I'm just walking from finger to finger. I can exaggerate so you can see it, but it's actually a very little motion. So and that's how I play the piano. It's just all the time. I'm transferring weight pretty much all the time. The rhythm, I hope you get this rhythm okay. Let's go down to the last line. You're here. Rest. During the rest, come up here. You got a little finger up here. And this is the same as it was at the top. Left hand. Left hand is whole notes, G and of D. That's fine. You hold that down. Oh, and this fun. Let's go to the top of page 23. Second measure, half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And during the rest, you got to come up here for the second line. Quarter notes. 1, 2. And again, I'm just transferring weight from finger to finger. Put the hands together. Let's see what we get. 1 and 2 and. Okay. Go to top of page 23. Here. So as I play these notes, and the 8th notes on the right hand, I move the left hand up because I'm here. So forth. Go as slow as you gotta go. Get it all worked out so there's no hesitations, there's no wrong notes, everything is working fine. If you got to look at the keyboard, that's fine. Most of it you can play without looking, some of it you may have to look. Get that all worked out, and then we'll add the articulation. The staccatos, a nice light wrist staccato here. Boom, boom, boom. See the eighth note? And then the quarter note staccato. So you connect all those together. Connect those together, but that is staccato. The end of the first line on page 23, lift up. The left hand's lift up, you got to rest and you got to move. The right hand you lift up like taking a breath between it. So do that. Now, they don't give you any articulation in the left hand. That means you can do pretty much what you want. I'm suggesting you go ahead and connect the notes. I mean, in theory, you could play them shorter. Note on that line is melody. You got to play it long. It has to sound like the right hand played the note. There. So play that one out. The other notes, it's up to you. Just keep them soft. Then the third line, we got staccatos and slurs. So if you're playing the left hand connected, can you do that short here, long here? Lift up slurs. If you're disconnecting the left hand, then in that case, you're connecting here and not here. Whichever way, it's up to you on the left hand how you want to do it. But as a starter, I suggest you go ahead and connect them. And then later on, if you want to experiment with it and disconnect them occasionally, you don't have to always play it the same way. And try that out too. Once you have that, the dynamics, well, that's suggestions anyway. It's the sort of loud, that's the melody. Whatever you think sort of loud is, keep the left hand soft. And then when you get to the second line on page 23, come up a little bit to loud. That's the right hand. Keep the left hand under it. Except for the last note on that second line, that's melody, that has to be loud. The same as what the right hand was doing. And you stay that way pretty much for the rest of the page. Speed-wise, well, moderately fast, sort of fast. You'll find all kinds of speeds for this. Some people really get a little carried away. It's just... you have to go that fast. You're sort of fast. Somewhere in there, as long as it's accurate and the eighth notes are even, that's more important than speed. So it's your sort of fast. There's a note at the bottom of page 22 that for the left hand on these whole notes for the G and the D, if you want to add a C sharp to that, go right ahead. Depends on what kind of traveler you're talking about, I think. It's up to you. For me, I would have to have quite a bit of wine before I would try that one. But if you want to try it, it's up, whatever. Now there's a DC Alfini at the bottom of page 23. The DC means go back to the beginning. It always means go back to the beginning. If you see a DC, go to the beginning. There may be other little notes along with it to say go to the beginning of this, but ordinarily you just go to the beginning. Fine means go to fine, and the fine is at the end of the first line on page 23. So we're going to play the whole thing, then we go back to page 22 and play it, and the first line on page 23. I'd like to play it with you very slowly. I'll give us 3 counts, not doing dynamics. I will do the staccatos. We're checking just to make sure you have the right notes and rhythms. 1 and ready and go, and 3 and 1.